fucking hands up. Put your fucking hands up.
Go, go! Your lady needs you. Go! Today, I'll repay my debt.
Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
Hi, Ken.
And now, WWE presents the Royal Rumble.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Friday night's Royal Rumble, and we got a fair amount to talk about, I gotta be honest, because even though Hollywood is not making anything, they can't keep the trap shut. So, joining me, of course, as always, Mr. JV. How's it going, man?
Oh, you know, party people, let's do this damn thing, because people just, if you think they're crazy, listen to them. They'll prove they are.
Yes, that's very true. And, of course, the corporate marketing director, Captain Hijabi Gamer.
Hey, what's up? It's almost the weekend and gaming time. Video games.
And
Gaming
here to
you?
join us. Yeah, I know,
I
right?
know. Who would have guessed?
Who would have thought?
There was
And-
actually big gaming announcements today. THQ Nordic had a whole little press conference.
Did they? I like THQ. They've made a lot
They're
of
making
past
they're making a Last Ronin TMNT game in the vein of God of War.
Huh, because I've been at work and then I've been busy all day, so I haven't had a chance.
We actually got a gaming stream tomorrow.
Yeah, I
on
know.
Nerdy Neo's chat. I know Kat's all excited. So we'll be talking about. We might actually discuss that there tomorrow. But of course, the man who knows probably as much as JV, if not more, Mr. Tom, the Rogue Attraction.
Hi, howdy people, and I do have to say, what's up to Moist Breadcrumb? The patron Saint of Zort is in the chat, so saying hi to you as always. There's a lot to talk about with Disney today. I know Valiant Renegade and WDW Pro have gone, what was it, like a 6-hour stream talking about the earnings call.
8,000 people.
And man, it's big news. Iger is. I wanted to see his eyes when that Apple question was asked. Like that was, you could feel that heat like coming out of his ears, resentment. It's definitely something that.
And then the very last one too. And then the very last question. So about this ESPN thing.
Yeah. I mean, that was probably one of the reasons why they had a big tick up anyway in their stocks, is because of the betting, and ESPN is still a large market share for their terrestrial and ESPN Plus also for their consumer linear television and honestly, one of the more valuable properties they have to bargain with. And that was their big bargaining tool back during when cable was a thing for Disney Channel in general. You had to have the Disney Channel to have ESPN. Now it's sort of like, I'm just going to say this, Iger, if you're listening, just license ESPN. Get rid of ESPN Plus and license the sports to other streamers. You will make a lot more money than having people pay the $6 a month. Just
Agreed.
saying.
If I was gonna give advice to Iger, go to Valiant's channel when they were doing the Warner Brothers earnings call. Do what Zada's office doing.
Well, I don't think that's coming anytime. That's not coming anytime soon with anything currently in the pipeline. I think I'm going to say this right now. The writer's strike and the actor's strike might be the best thing that's happened to Disney. Low key. Because first of all, it doesn't affect their major profit generating because the equity actors for the cast in the parks, different union. So those people are not striking at all, right? They're in there in force still. And like what, 85%?
But it keeps the actors from opening their mouths.
Yes, it does. And that may also help them too. Because Rachel Ziegler has just been making Snow White worse and worse.
Oh, I got some of that.
And
oh god, what's this doing?
first of all,
What is that noise?
Zelge?
I'm trying to turn it off.
Zillige? I don't know what your name is.
Village.
Village.
All right, Zillage. Here's my viewpoint, and I know a lot of people say let Disney burn. It's one of the oldest American companies. You do not want to have something that's an iconic part of America burn. You want to have it be fixed. The people that say let Disney burn, whatever they want, it's not a good thing. It's like saying, oh, let Ford go up and die, or let any other iconic 100-year company. It's part of America's zeitgeist. It's part of their it's part of our like culture in general. Disney is a well embedded, entrenched part of culture. So I'm not a black pill person. Most people know that. I don't like black pill on things. So that's why I say, like, fix it. Like it's like an ex-girlfriend that you really like, but there's like one real bad problem with it. Like, fix that problem. Don't let her go with, the weird Chad and run away in the sunset and whatever. I don't know.
Well, that plus
analogy.
But on top of that, when you really think about it, because this whole thing with Bud Light, where you listen to some people like all those people losing their jobs, and the one thing that really bothered me was people like Tim Pool saying they should have known better and started looking for other jobs. When you really think about it, you're talking about thousands of Disney employees already. Yeah, and so it's like, well, I understand
in one spot, just in here in Disney, like in Orlando.
So I would rather they realize their mistake and stop with the woke nonsense and start getting back on path, because thousands of people work. I mean, the callous way Tim Pool put it was like, well, the moment they hired this bobblehead dude, they should have started looking for work. Really? It would never have occurred to them. How many have they fired from Disney already? How many have they fired from Bud Light that had nothing to do with these decisions?
Real quick. Since we were kind of going the F&T direction for a little bit. Speaking of somebody who's not fired, that would be Nomi, but she may have fired alcohol after last night. How are you feeling?
No. Oh no, I didn't have any alcohol last night. I had coffee.
Just as bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, I love coffee, but I've been kind of sick. My stomach's been turning ever since yesterday, hanging out with Lily, and
so you're blaming Lily now?
I'm not blaming her at all, but I am blaming her that we saw a janky movie yesterday.
And we don't really agree.
But we saw a janky movie yesterday, and I blame her for picking the movie. And that movie was the last voyage of the Demeter.
So that's the ship that Dracula goes on.
Yes.
To go from.
So it's basically Dracula on a boat. That's the movie.
Which I got to be honest is kind of disappointing, because it has Sir Davos in it, and from Game of Thrones, and I was kind of hoping maybe he was going to be in a decent movie, but Lily's not here, but we will get to that review because I have not seen it and I have no desire to see it, to be honest. But we're gonna say hi
You're
to
saving your money. You're saving some good amount of money.
Okay.
Were there at least good creature effects for the Nosferatu?
No.
No.
Oh God.
And they did it
at
the
least
most
do that
cheap-
right.
They did it the cheapest way possible. They kind of did a Disney approach, but we'll get into it later when Lily gets here because both her and I have a lot to complain about. And when we were leaving the theater last night, I told her there was one particular scene in the beginning of the movie that annoyed me, and it set the mood for the rest of the evening for me on that film.
I would just like to say if there's a reason that Laurence Knight is not here, it's because Nomi said first. So
Yes.
Oh wow!
I said second. Zillage said third. Tim's Talk says Ray sent me here. Said that this was a safe space.
Well,
She
lied.
lied.
To you.
She lied.
Real life.
Tim says Raylo lives matter. Also, Johnny the Whiz Kid said Raylos are weirdos. Yeah, I think Tim would actually agree. It's just it's funny at the shtick. Samuel says, "Hell, motherfucking Royal Rumble, get those likes up." Yes, please. We're also simulcasting on multiple platforms, so you can find if you're on my page, Legion Talk, you can find everybody's information in the description, even the people who aren't here yet, which is awesome. And Tom says, "Okay, folks, as Jay would say, maybe hold on to your buckets." Yeah, it's gonna be a bumpy ride on this one.
Could be.
Zillage talking about the intro. This definitely has F&T vibes. That was kind of what I was going for to individually showcase everybody. I'm going to be making
Which one? I'm going to say I'm kind of surprised that part of that intro is still allowed to be up because from what I've heard, WWE is pretty tight on their logo. So the fact that you got it up for like a good 13 seconds there, I'm like.
That is
actually. I'll just get the claim because my channel's monetized.
Well, no, that one actually is a fan made one. That's
it is.
So yes, that's a fan made one.
Art. Okay.
Yeah, it's basically a graphic video that was done by a fan, so it's not the legitimate thing.
But it's still their logo though. That's the thing.
I know. I'm gonna probably edit it eventually and cover their logo. Lunar Girl says, "Thanks, Frank. Gotta get my D&D on." Very nice.
Yes.
Moist Breadcrumb is laughing.
Don't make fun of patron saint of Zort. No. Moist Breadcrumb's good people.
Though, Ryan, I've never had a problem, and my channel is monetized with it.
Okay.
I've had problems with other stuff, but not that.
Okay. Well, we're not going to be viewing anything that is copyright claimable this evening. As far as I know, we got like a trailer and a couple of clips, but that's about it. There is a new Ahsoka little clip / trailer with Rosario Dawson talking. That's going to be, but Disney doesn't mess with us. Behemoth says my advice for Iger is for him to go into the Force somewhere and F himself. At least he didn't say something else. Yeah, Zilla says, yeah, I'm pretty black pill on a lot of things. Don't mind me. It's all good, man. That's all good. Nerdy Neo, yes, this is where we will be tomorrow about 12:30 Mountain Daylight Time. He says, evening, can't wait for tomorrow's stream with Kat the Hijabi Gamer. Trust me, I know Kat's bouncing off the wall for that.
Yes, I know the topics.
Dengar Renegade, 2 streams in one day.
I did gaming stream earlier. Sorry.
See. Sleazy says hello from Matsuri Losers. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Hey, you're probably walking around in a maid outfit. Okay, so don't. No, I heard FNT. All the guys walking around in maid outfits. Don't be doing that. Like, come on.
But if you do, take pictures.
Enough.
All right. Yeah, Dengar Renegade says Ahsoka. All right. So let's get into you know what? Let's just pull the Band-Aid off. How about that? This is going to be something for JV because he loves it. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, gal. Oh, fucking sideways.
He's
This-
already-
okay. I'm just gonna start off right here. This scene, this is volume. There's nothing there. That is just Rosario Dawson in her costume. There is nothing there. This entire thing looks like volume.
Wait a minute, is this the same little teaser thing? Because I thought the one that they showed started with her and Sabine.
This
Right.
literally came out 5 hours ago from the official
Okay, so
Star Wars
maybe
Twitter.
the thumbnail is different from YouTube. That's
Sorry.
why.
Yeah, this literally came out 5 hours ago. This is Rosario Dawson, though, commenting on it. Just wanted to say hello to Cartoons and Comics Studio. Hello, what is going on? PS2 cutscene, very nice. Well, hello to Miss Maria unlocking lore. We love Maria. So, all right, let's get this over with.
Ahsoka Tano, Jedi, Rebel.
No,
What's that,
No.
JB?
no, she's not a Jedi.
No, she's not.
She's not a Jedi. Not a Jedi. She said that in Rebels when the great scene, Twilight of the Apprentice. It's a 2-part episode. It's amazing. And when Vader says Anakin Skywalker was weak, I destroyed him. Ahsoka says that I will avenge his death. Vader says revenge is not the Jedi way. And then Ahsoka says, I am no Jedi. Clear. Thank
Cartoon
you.
and Comics Studios agrees, and I have to agree with you too. Zillage says I'm already cringing, and it's only been 5 seconds. Yeah, you know what's really sad too is I actually like Rosario Dawson as an actress.
I
This is
used
kind
to
of a bummer.
love Ahsoka. I don't
Yep.
want to see the show. I'm going to watch it because I've committed. I have so much emotional investment in this character. I'm probably going to be crying this entire series. I've just look what they've done to my girl.
Ahsoka was never a good character. Ahsoka was Dave Filoni's fat material.
Well, there
I
is
do
that
agree
too.
to an extent with that also. Yeah. She went from being extremely unlikable to, I'd say, manageable,
insufferable.
and then actually likable. I also
Okay.
think that the Clone Wars.
Ahsoka. Okay, Ahsoka with the Clone Wars series. She was unlikable at first because the fact that she was Anakin's student, and because we know the end of the story. We know the end. We know where Anakin's story goes. So it's just someone else to get invested in that we know is probably going to get killed off. So folks were not interested in the Ahsoka character. She grew on people, and she became a beloved character.
I just want to highlight that because I didn't see Westy is a member on Tom's channel, which is awesome. So just wanted to highlight that real quick. But yeah, let's she's not a Jedi, but all right.
Warrior. But who is she exactly? We have 30 seconds to find out. Wow, big clock. Okay, and begin. A long time ago in a galaxy.
I have to ask, is every promo that Disney writes this terrible?
Yes.
Does it have to be this terrible?
Yes.
But there was another thing released earlier that didn't have Rosario Dawson talking. It was the final trailer.
There was another one. There was another one. There was another one that was what was
like
it?
10, 15 seconds or 30-second clip trailer that had Sabine and Ahsoka training with sabers.
Nope.
With Sabine has Ezra's saber, which should be squarely attached to him when he's flying the Purgle slip-on.
Because in the last episode of Rebels, he gave his saber over to Sabine when
he was turning himself in.
Yes. So there was another trailer that was called Masters and Apprentices. The first thing you see, which is wrong, Grogu and Luke. I'm like, okay, no. And then you hear Yoda and then you hear Yoda talking. Always two there are.
No more, no less.
No more, no less. A master and an apprentice. And I'm like, that was to describe the Sith.
Yeah,
not
that's
the freaking Jedi.
Yeah, I was confused by that.
Well, we never saw any masters have more than one apprentice at the same time, really. You had Yoda training younglings, and you had Qui-Gon and you know what I mean?
Okay. But okay, so a master Jedi was not allowed to have more than one student. This is true. But there were many Jedi masters with many apprentices. For the Sith, it is the rule of two. One, the master to embody power, and the apprentice to covet power.
Yep. Well, we still have 45 seconds left of this 30-second trailer.
Far, far away, the brave Jedi was forged in the battles of the Clone Wars. Her name was Ahsoka Tano. She started as a Padawan under Jedi Master Anakin Skywalker. Yes, the Chosen One, who eventually became Darth Vader. She was a spy for the fledgling rebellion and helped defeat the Empire. She has 2 lightsabers. Amazing. In our new series, she faces her past while helping to prevent the return of a fearsome enemy. Ahsoka enlists the help of her friend Sabine Wren, a fiercely independent Mandalorian warrior, and General Harrison Dula, one of the best pilots in the galaxy, and central member of the rebellion, and her droid Chopper. Ahsoka and Sabine will have to team up with Hera to expose an intergalactic threat from Grand Admiral Thrawn. Not bad. Chopper, how did I do? Rude?
By the way, the sound of Chopper is Dave.
Great.
So Dave farting, pretty much. Well, actually, I love Chopper. Chopper's a good droid.
Oh,
so
Chopper is a homicidal droid, and he's hilarious.
Yeah, he's like K2SO. At least you have some redeeming qualities with Chopper. And I'm sorry. So you're taking Rebels, a show that Disney actually made kind of well for a boy or a male audience, for younger
Their first
kids.
Disney project, the first Disney Star Wars project.
Yeah, and it was done well. The first season might have been a little bit jumpy and all that, but as Ezra grew in the Force and he had the dark side moments and everything like that, going through, growing up, getting older, you take that and you have a fan base filled like going around with this master apprentice, with Kanan, with Ezra, with Zeb, and you have this crew. You're like, okay, we're gonna do Ahsoka now. Where I'm like, well, wait a minute. The Ahsoka show, what's up, Lost Tales? I see you in here. Ahsoka's show should have been her not being seen for the 20 years or whatever it was since she was saved, or that time frame. This should have nothing to do with Sabine. It should have nothing to do with Ezra. It should be Ahsoka hiding from key moments because she was supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
Like, why is the show, oh, hey, we're going to take... It's basically a truncated version of what happened in the sequel trilogies. Oh, we're going to take Ezra's lightsaber and give it to Sabine. She's now going to be training as a Jedi. Oh, she must have been Force sensitive the whole time. Like, everyone gets to have the Force now. It's a whole syndrome, incredible things going on. You don't, like, you have, okay, first of all, I'll say this, at least they're casting pretty people. I mean, Rosario Dawson's pretty, Mary Winstead, like, at least you're not
she looks
casting...
terrible as Hera. She looks terrible as Hera.
No, I don't think she should have been Hera. Hera should have actually probably been Zoe Saldana, but they couldn't afford her for the show. Like, I think Zoe Saldana would have been the better Hera than Winstead, but I'll do that.
Kat, real quick, this one's for you, The Lost Tales. I got a shout out. Very cool. Hope you're all having a great Friday. I see Hijabi Gamer. Miss you on Tuesday night's main event.
Cool. Thank you very much. That's cool. Thank you. I'm wearing a Yoshi hat. Yoshi.
The parks will live forever. The parks will live forever.
They will.
So going back to kind of what Thomas said, this is going to be not only a sequel to Rebels, this is going to be a complete retcon of Rebels. This is a complete retcon because Sabine was there was no Force. She was roll tide. She was not Force sensitive at all. And if she was, she's in very close quarters with a Jedi. Wouldn't he be able to feel that.
Now, the only thing
Sense
that
that,
I can, the only thing I can accept is that she was trained. She was trained to use the Darksaber.
Correct.
And that's the thing. She was trained to use the Darksaber, so her being able to wield a lightsaber, I don't have a problem with that. My problem is a Jedi training her and her being completely separated from the Mandalorians at all. Because right now, you have people very entrenched in the Mandalorian stuff with Mandalorian itself, the show, and you have Sabine, who is royal bloodline in Mandalore,
noble bloodline, yes,
a noble bloodline, and this time frame. What is it? How far after Rebels? 5 years.
This Rebels was like 4 years before New Hope. So
this is this taking place in A New Hope? This is taking place.
Okay, because the very last scene in Rebels.
Oh, this is after Return of Jedi. After
is after the OT.
So okay.
So this is actually going to lead to a retelling of the Timothy Zahn trilogy.
Yes, I understand they're trying to bastardize Heir to the Empire, but this is also then taking place at the same time frame as Mando.
Wait, correct me if I'm wrong, because I read Heir to the Empire ages ago. Ahsoka wasn't in that.
No,
that's not part of it all.
Story.
Yeah, so that's
a Luke Skywalker story.
Yeah,
I don't even think Ahsoka was created yet.
Because Kathleen Kennedy hates the Skywalkers, and she's out to ruin the Skywalker legacy. And Dave is more than happy to insult his creation and replace Luke Skywalker with Ahsoka.
Ahsoka, actually, if you take away Clone Wars for the most part, and you watch Ahsoka from Rebels and Mandalorian, she's a much better character without Clone Wars, in my opinion. Except for the last season. Last season's fine, but when she's like the bratty kid, I couldn't take that. I was too old for that. But the fact that she says she's not a Jedi, but then she's training people, and she refused to train Grogu, and she's telling Luke not to train Grogu, and she's telling people, and then all of a sudden she's teaching Sabine how to fight with a lightsaber, which she was already trained once before to fight with a lightsaber. And we don't know how far. I guess the trailer shows like pretty much the end of Rebels, where she goes with the staff and goes dung, and Sabine's there with her short hair, blah blah blah. And at least the way I saw it, pining for Ezra. So I thought she'd be like going after to try to find him. And
well, I mean, even Lars Mikkelsen, who was the voice of Thrawn in Rebels and is now playing Thrawn, even he has said this is a completely different character than who he played in Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
They're also, they're acknowledging that Thrawn's back, but Ezra's not back. But they were both thrown to the far outer rim.
Ezra's dead.
So we're saying that Thrawn killed Ezra,
or at some point during that in the unknown territory.
So why even cast someone to play him in a hologram? Like, why even bother?
Great question.
He could have got the Mutt Williams
and Dengar. No.
Yeah, Dengar Renegade. As far as we know, no.
There was no Luke Skywalker in this. They will make references to Anakin and Hayden, and Hayden is in it, but will probably be either hologram or Force Ghost.
I thought so. The rumors going around about the World Between Worlds stuff and the fight on Mustafar and her going and seeing these windows into different worlds. Are we? Is that happening? Because supposedly Kenobi's supposed to get cut in half, and you're going to see Anakin winning, and then Ahsoka has to fight Anakin. Like
this is a convoluted mess. This is Dave Filoni one-man circle jerk.
I'm going to say this right now. One, I can bet you one thing. One, Ahsoka will not be in the parks. I don't think Ahsoka will ever actually be in the parks. One, it's a colored makeup that'll be too hard to maintain to have someone in the face makeup for that long. They only have like about a 10-minute window. I don't think it'll stay well here in Florida, at least. It might go in California because the temperature is more temperate for most of the year.
It's probably from late September till like May, sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I know they're trying to sell the Halloween costumes right now, so they're trying to get those out there. But I'm just gonna say, like, this won't have a big park presence, and it probably would be something because I know Hasbro just dropped the new Flax Series sabers for Ahsoka and a whole bunch of merch for Ahsoka, like yesterday or the day before, up for pre-order.
Dengar, I don't think. Okay, I'm gonna say Kenobi is the worst of the Disney Plus Lucasfilm shows because it did so much lore damage to Star Wars, to the OOT because by contract they can't remake the OT, so they're going to tiptoe around it and just throw in enough little things to kind of undermine it.
This is a show that's gonna be dead on arrival because Disney Plus is a dead product.
Oh yeah,
they would have actually been better off putting the show on Hulu. They would have been better off.
I would agree with that. Yeah,
and
it would have been better. It would have been better instead of making an 8. Was it? Is it 6 or 8 episodes?
They're doing it long enough for 3 months. So they're doing it long enough to be 3 months.
Okay, so that's at least 8. Well, so
that's why they're releasing at the end of August. They're releasing it, so they want to get August, September, October.
So it'll be at least 8. So this is basically a 4-hour film. Chop this thing in half, streamline it, make it a 2-hour film. At least you'll make it. At least they might make something back.
Yeah, but then that won't work. First of all, if they released it in theaters, I don't think people would go to see a Star Wars movie in theaters right now. I don't think anyone would go. You can look at that with the numbers for Indiana Jones, and Indiana Jones had a lot less damage to the brand than Star Wars does right now.
Agreed.
As much as like people don't like Crystal Skull, it wasn't franchise ruining. Like that was not something that was ruining franchise. Right now, Star Wars, even Jedi Survivor, which is a good game and has Cal Kestis, which people like, and people like BD1, people like those characters, that didn't sell really well. And don't get me started on Star Wars Outcast or whatever it is, or Outlaws or whatever that is going to be from Ubisoft.
Oh yeah, that new game coming out. When is that coming out, Tom? Because
it's at least 2 years out, I think.
Okay.
They completely stopped. I think the Quantic Dream game that was supposed to come out that actually looked good. Eclipse, but now they're just doing basically it's Dr. Aphra the game. But they don't want to call it Dr. Aphra because they don't want to pay the person who came up with Dr. Aphra. But it's Dr. Aphra. If you look at the character design and the little creature that she has, like, that's who it is.
The thing is with the new game... I
was just going to say, so Carter Tunes and Comics. Tom, you saw more of the earnings call than I did. Do you want to take
it? So that 12 million subscription number drop was from India. That was
rupees,
basically because of the last of cricket.
Right.
So it wasn't really the same. So they lost about 500,000 or so in the last 2 quarters from here.
Yeah,
in the U.S.
In North America.
Yeah. So there's a big difference between losing people here and losing people. So in India, they were making 7 cents per subscriber, so that 12 million subs would have broken out to being about, $7 million maybe or something.
What up, actually?
It is a very low return.
Yeah, so I don't put that as a Disney bungle, as more of they didn't pay enough for the contract. They probably should have paid for that cricket contract again, but it's not that much coming into the revenue, the same as losing 1 million subs here. I think the other thing is optically losing a million subs in North America, which is your bigger audience for that, because they weren't watching Disney shows, they were watching cricket. Like ESPN Plus. It was like they had ESPN Plus over there for cricket. That's what it was. And as for Disney,
that was a Disney Hotstar was the vehicle.
And it's actually better branding over there because it's not even called Disney Plus over there. It's just called Hotstar, which is basically it's a way to get around bad branding because people, even overseas, some of them still don't like Disney stuff. So Hotstar is a better usage of that brand. As for Disney selling to Apple, Apple's super cash rich. They don't have.
And they could easily do it.
Yeah,
they could easily do it.
840,000. $840,000 for India.
India. That's not.
That's nothing.
So people saying the number's bad for stocks, but the amount of revenue, big whoop. That's not like they make that in the parks in maybe 3 days.
Yeah,
like they could make that much money
on a cruise line.
Yeah,
you mentioned numbers and numbers.
Yeah. So as for Disney selling to Apple, first of all, I know even Bob Iger mentioned this on the earnings call. Valiant commented on it too. Regulatory wise, globally, that won't happen. Like I don't think that will be allowed by past regulations. In terms of, I just don't know how, because you have to realize Disney is not just a media company. They're not just a parks company. They're a real estate company. Also, BlackRock and Vanguard are two of their larger holders, as well as another firm in California that holds about a 60% share, I think, of the stock. So Disney's not going to sell to Apple. There's another investor that I'm hearing about that has about $1 trillion ready to go if they wanted to, which could buy Disney's debt, no problem. But Iger won't do that. That will destroy. He will strip this company to the bare bones before he does that, because that will destroy his legacy even worse. Mm-hmm. If he's the guy who sold,
he rather burn out.
He would rather be king of the ashes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. People have been saying this for years. There are properties that Disney owns right now that they'll never do things with. Besides licensing out, maybe. License out Predator. License out Aliens. You're not touching it.
You've had the
company. Muppets, they're trying. They fail because they have Gen Z or whatever people writing for it, or whoever's writing for it. Muppets should be and should have been a real-life late-night show with Kermit and Miss Piggy running it and doing interviews. That's ABC's late-night show there. You have the Muppets doing a late-night show because that's what the Muppet Show was. If you're old enough like me to remember the Muppet Show, it was pretty much like SNL.
Right.
Like, it was pretty much that.
A skit show.
That's what Muppets should be. It should be parodies. It should be that. It shouldn't be trying to be The Office. It shouldn't try to be whatever it is. Make it what it was, and people will watch it because people still love the Muppets, and they don't know about the Baby Muppet stuff, really. Like, unless you have kids, you don't know about that stuff. So you have a very fond memory of the Muppets with the Muppet movie, Great Muppet Caper, Muppet Treasure Island. First of all, how hard would it be to do a Muppet Star Wars spoof? Like, just do that. Make Muppets in space.
I'd watch
or
it.
Something.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
Indiana Kermit. Like, you have the Muppets, which could be a great parody brand for your company to make parodies of your current properties. Mm-hmm. And you can actually poke fun. Do Frozen with, I don't know, Gonzo and Fozzie.
Could you imagine the Muppet Avengers?
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
would watch the fuck out of that.
That'd be free. That'd be great. I'd watch that too.
Hell, the Muppets X-Files, because now they have Fox.
Yeah.
The fact that X-Files isn't being brought back on FX or something like that right now as a streaming only thing is mind-boggling. They have the perfect medium to make something that would be a teen to adult content without cursing to make hilarity, and they're sitting there because they're either not smart enough or they don't want this Gonzo's War Machine. Oh my God.
I know, I just saw that.
First of all, Fozzie would have to be the Hulk. I think it'd be the funniest thing. He gets a joke wrong and he flips out.
Yes.
Kermit's Iron Man. You have Bunsen and Honeydew. Oh God, they would be. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking ahead. Now, this is a thing that would make so much sense.
Yeah.
They're sitting on it. They're letting Muppets die. What did Muppet Mayhem? All right, cool. I like Dr. Teeth. I like the bands and all that. But let's be honest. What are the movies you think about with the Muppets? You think of Treasure Island and you think of the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that come in. What are they? Parodies. They're parodies. Like, just do that. You could parody your own content. Could you imagine Muppets Die Hard? Could you imagine Kermit going to save Miss Piggy and having Gonzo be Hans? Like,
For the record, Tom, there is a Muppets in Space.
There is that. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Wait, is that the one that's Pigs in Space?
No.
But
Wasn't
the
that
Star Wars
it's
one
like-
is a good idea.
It's like Gonzo they're searching for his family because there's none other like him, and like the shrimp, Pepe the shrimp, convinces him like in a deep sleep with a fan. He's like, "Build it and we will come. Build a jacuzzi and we'll come." And Gonzo builds a jacuzzi, and inevitably they came. So it's a funny movie.
When did it come out? Was it after
I think I was still a kid.
It's like mid-90s, I think.
Yeah. Or early thousands, I think. But it was
Still,
funny.
I mean,
1999. Okay, 1999.
You could even like do like an add-on to that, like continue the journey or something, like the adventure. Like it just, the fact that they're sitting on these properties and they're doing dick all with them means that they're literally retarded.
And the fact that Muppets in Space is not part of Disney Plus is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfrogger.
Oh, I love that.
But so if you've ever been to Hollywood Studios and you've been on the line for the Muppets show, like the 3D Muppet show, they have all of these movie posters. They have the parody movie posters made on the queue for these properties. They've had them for years for that ride. They've had the posters up there. So the fact that they have them, they know about it, they thought about it, and they won't just do it now that they own everything they need to, it's actually worse than Kathleen Kennedy. It actually shows worse than Kathleen Kennedy that they haven't thought like, well, no, we could do. Could you imagine like a Disney Muppets version of 24? Like with, I'm just
Jack
saying.
Kermit takes the terrorist into the back room and starts cutting on him until he talks.
Yeah.
Fozzie hitting him with rubber chickens. I mean, come on.
Yes.
I'm just saying it's there. The possibilities. They have no creativity. They have the most laziest people working for them ever as writers. Like, I don't understand how you don't be like, we have Muppets. What can we do? Oh, I don't know anything. You could do everything with Muppets. Like, you could make Dracula. You could make whatever.
Yeah, Muppets Terminator. Fozzie is the T-800. I'll be back.
Come on, Bunsen.
Waka
waka. One and do the other one.
You know, there's a meme with Fozzie Bear in a suit with a Tommy gun, or maybe it was an AK-47. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, right after Cocaine Bear came out, you could do like Scarface with Fozzie.
But the point is, I think that right now, what this company needs, and I've said this before, is Michael Eisner. It needs a Michael Eisner type of person. Because could you imagine
early
Eisner? Could you
Eisner.
imagine early Eisner who wanted to do an alien attraction in Magic Kingdom? Could you imagine if he came into Disney right now with the property they own? There would be a Tower of Terror would be rethemed to Die Hard, and you'd have a Hans falling out with you as you go down the thing at the end of Nakatomi Plaza. That would be a ride.
Could you imagine the Indiana Jones ride, but Predator or Alien?
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a simple thing. The fact that they don't. Okay, going into the theme park things for a second. Disney World needs a fifth gate. It does need a fifth gate. There's not enough attractions between the 4 parks to warrant the number of people coming into them. And just make a fifth gate Fox. Just make it Fox. And just put in all the adult stuff. And you know what? This is coming from me.
And bars.
And bars. This is coming from me, a Disney adult, you can say, or a reformed Disney adult. After 8 p.m., have the park open till 1. After 8 p.m., anyone under 21 got to be out. Like, you make that park into...
So like an Adult Swim sort of scenario.
Yes.
Basically, that would be brilliant.
You make that... Because first of all, the number of dual-income childless couples going to Disney is skyrocketing. The number of families that are going down. You know what most people I know complain about? The kids in the park.
Too many kids.
Yep.
There's too many kids. Like, that's...
I worked at the park.
You know, I got
worked at the park. Worked at a park. Kids are annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
I got an idea for adults in Disney, actually. Disney, if you're out there listening, I mean, you guys own Hulu currently. Hulu currently owns Pinhead. I would like to see Errol the Eagle as Pinhead.
Okay.
Sam in his damn horror movies.
I mean, as long as we're going whole hog, let's go whole hog.
Well,
I mean, Sam the
He's
Eagle.
not wrong.
Sam the Eagle as Pinhead. Okay.
Ripping this stuffing out of Miss Piggy.
This is where I said that Disney... What's up, Zombie Box Reviews? This is where I said where Disney is leaving an audience on the table. So Halloween Horror Night makes so much money for Universal.
It gets ridiculous. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
And
I was going to say, there's like 60% of their revenue for the year comes from that one event.
Huh.
For like the 2 months.
And a horror theme park from Universal.
Is in Vegas. It's coming to Vegas.
Yep.
So could you imagine, and I think we were talking about this on Park Hoppin' the other day, could you imagine taking Disney Hollywood Studios and turning it into a horror park where you had like Ewoks, like legit scary Ewok murder bears coming after you, awesome. And zombie Wookiees, and you could have the toy, like the Sid's toys from Toy Story, like the weird mangled messed up Barbies coming after you inside of a theme park, and you can literally take the Tower of Terror and leave it as the Tower of Terror. Like, hey, it's already there. It's already a horror thing.
You could have Han, Luke, and Leia actually doing what we all know they did in Return of the Jedi, eating Stormtrooper.
Okay. I'm glad you went there.
and going on the theme park thing. Okay, Disney, just a couple miles away. You have Knott's. You have Knott's. That does not Scary Farm from late September to early November, and it makes a killing every year.
Yeah, I don't know how much Universal Hollywood's Halloween Horror Night does compared to here. Dude, like Florida is crazy.
In LA, it's huge. It is huge.
Busch Gardens in Tampa made a shitload of money for Howl-O-Scream.
Howl-O-Scream is good. And
always busy.
$100 for the season for Howl-O-Scream in either Orlando, SeaWorld or Busch Gardens. All right, this is the one thing I'm going to complain about Universal for. Their frequent fear plus express pass for the top one for the 48 days this year, $1,000. Like, I'm sorry. That's a whole year annual pass, $1,000, not 40 days. And I'm like, the one I paid for was $600. I'm like, I'm not paying $400 more for 4 days. It was literally 4 days was $400 more. I'm like, what? Who's doing this? But so Universal's getting there with the pricing a little bit too. So I'm just gonna say,
so like the first 5 years of Halloween Horror Night in LA, the first 5 years were doing very well. And then they added a maze that was completely done by Rob Zombie.
Ooh.
That thing blew up.
I bet it was better than his movies.
It was.
I don't like his movies. I don't like his movies.
No, he's a terrible director. He's a great music video director, but he is a legit movie director.
Hi, Lily.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, Lily.
Wow, I wish I could get that from the guys, Lily.
What?
I'm sorry. I just started. I just started talking stuff, and now I'm doing the same thing for Lily. So just making you both feel equally. Not represented. There you go. I will be the Ryan Cannell of this panel if I have to.
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
You have to get a lot more racist, man.
Nomi, the other two ladies on the panel I talk to like
That's about it.
weekly, so it's like
That's true. But no, I just love that now. I'm just being silly right now, but like how Ryan and JV are like, "Hi, Lily." Is like, "Okay, Ken." Like,
at least you're not Alan.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
We inadvertently.
Did you just refer me to a male version of Barbie as Alan?
Well, you said you were Ken. Ken got more attention than Alan. I don't know. I didn't watch the movie.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Somebody needs to clip that. That was funny.
Oh, I'm sure Kohai's around somewhere where she can.
Oh my gosh.
Or one of the Legion of Memers, since I stream with many of the Legion of Memers, and we have one on the stream. It's like,
I was lazy memeing this week.
Oh my god.
Ladies,
what's up, guys? What are you talking about?
Would you like to?
Disney.
We're
Disney.
talking about Disney. Do we want to take a small break from Disney? Because trust me, there's more. Do you guys want to kind of talk about the movie you guys saw?
Yes.
No. I'm still mad. Just kidding.
No, she was mad. We left last night the movie theater. She's like, I hated it. They could add so much potential. I hated that when they talked about this, it took me out of the movie. That's all she said. Even during the movie when it was playing, it's like it's still going on.
It was, it was so bad. I was so excited. Like the first couple of what was it? Maybe the first 30 minutes. And then after that, I was like, oh, really? Like every 5 minutes.
Yeah, every 5 minutes I rolled my eyes too, like, oh God.
I told you, Nomi, 2 weeks ago.
You did tell me that. I remember the conversation now.
You kind of did, and then I remember saying that what Samiel said, that we are seeing too much of the monster, and then we saw more of the monster, and it looks really bad.
Well, here's the thing. Here's my issue. They rarely showed Dracula.
Yeah. It's because it wasn't the movie itself that was the problem. Like, you know how you had mentioned that it was like just one chapter. How could they stretch it out to an entire movie? Yep. Well, they managed to. They actually came up with a really good story. It was just in the details where they messed everything up.
Oh my God, yeah.
So it wasn't a 3-hour tour? Was Skipper and Gilligan there?
No. I wish they make the movie better.
Well, they did now.
Because even the monster, like, I think that part in the trailer where he looks super CGI looks really bad, but the rest of it, he actually looked really good.
So, are you saying that you didn't have a throat-ripping good time like Stephen King did?
Oh my gosh, Stephen King. Yeah, because he was actually, I don't know, I thought he was actually pretty scary. Like, it made me jump a little bit.
Yeah, you jumped several times.
Yeah.
I mean, I've already committed with I've been committed numerous times, but I'm committed to go. But I'm committed to go see it with a friend tomorrow. Luckily, it's before 4 p.m., so it's still matinee price. So I'm only paying like $5 to go see it. So.
Yeah, it was in the details. And then I love vampires. I love vampire lore. I love Dracula. And like I said, all of those little details that, you know, most people know about vampires, they messed all that stuff up.
How do you mess that up? It's pretty. Vampire lore is pretty well established.
In Hollywood, vampire lore is pretty well established. The rules that everybody knows come from Hollywood. Some of them are loosely based on things like Bram Stoker's novel Dracula, but even I blame him for fucking Anne Rice and by extension Stephanie Meyer.
Mhm.
You know, because he's the one who first glamorized the monster. Now,
It's
I mean,
supposed
in
to
his
be
book,
sparkly,
it's
yeah.
in his book, Dracula's still a monster. I mean, he feeds a baby to a bunch of other vampires and then has the baby's mother torn apart by wolves in his courtyard while he cackles. So I mean, he's not a nice guy. He's evil.
No,
but he's very dapper. He's very seductive. He's very attractive in this novel, and he was really the first to put that spin on vampires. Prior to that, they were just possessed corpses. You know, feral, not particularly bright, but brutal. You know, and merciless, and they smelled bad because they were literally rotting. Yeah, so he kind of started that trend, and then Anne Rice came along in the 70s with her interview with a vampire, and then that led into other things, which now we've got Twilight and they sparkle in the fucking sun instead of dying.
Well, I kind of like that about it. That's not what I'm talking about. Like, it's something else. It's other vampire lore. It's like you're very, 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 very basic vampire lore. Like, as in what happens to you when you get bit.
Yeah.
Are you talking more on the like naughty side of things or something here?
Oh,
No.
Nope. Again, that was
on
I mean, I know there's some freaky stuff out there. I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
No, when you say, sorry, Lily, go ahead.
No, like, yeah, it's just very basic. Like, what do we all know when you get bit and what happens? Like, they just messed it up.
Lily, real quick, we have two questions for you. What movie did you guys see?
It was the last voyage of the Demeter, yeah.
Okay, and this is actually the guy in costume getting ready. These are some scenes right here. So that's kind of what it looks like, the CGI a little bit. Then of course I'm assuming that might be I don't know if I think that might be the finished product of his face or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it is because.
So sorry.
Well, I don't know what you saw, Lily, but like they rarely showed his face. They only showed his face towards the end of the film, which is what you're seeing right there on that clip.
So it's like a Jaws thing. They wanted to do a show less is more type of deal. Was it meant to be like a Hitchcock approach?
Maybe.
A little bit, which I think adds to a little bit of the like horror aspect of it. Like I said, I didn't have an issue with the plot or how they use the CGI and all that stuff. It was just the little details that you're like, really?
Yeah. Well, would you guys, or JB, I know you're going to see it tomorrow, but would you want spoilers?
I don't care.
Okay.
He's like, whatever.
I'm going to go into spoilers because I have so many issues with this film.
I mean, let me ask: does it follow Chapter 7 of the book? Because if so, it doesn't end well.
Well,
no, yes and no.
Okay. Does anybody? Yeah. Okay. Does anyone survive?
Yes,
but like
without even telling you who survives, I'm sure from the trailer you know who does because inclusivity.
Yes.
Wait. Shouldn't whoever he is survive?
No one survives.
Sir Davos? No. Sir Davos did not survive, and that was nonsense.
I'm thinking Dracula lore. What isn't the
nobody survived on the Demeter originally. They found the ship floating in the ocean off the coast of England, and they everybody on board was just gone, and all they had was the captain's log, the diary.
Well,
and that's what tells the story.
And I believe the captain was strapped to the wheel.
Yeah, he was, but he was quite dead.
Yes. And hello to Rod Thunderheart.
Yes. Thank you, Rod. He says, "Hello, everybody else. Can't read names." No, that's completely understandable. I might have been on a comment at the time. He says, "Jesus, everybody's streaming tonight." We're filling in where Hollywood's left a giant gap.
We are the media.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna laugh when JV has to start talking about video games because there's nothing coming out from Hollywood, and there's no mean has something to talk about.
Yeah.
You don't even watch anime, do you? You can't even talk that either. So you get you got anime or video game.
Hey, R2.
What's that part?
Let's start with Akira.
Let's see. But as far as anime goes, I love Castlevania. I thought that was amazing. I mean, Cowboy Bebop, of course. So there's other stuff I like.
Real quick, I just found maybe some rough numbers for the weekend. I guess Last Voyage of the Demeter is projected to gross between 6 and 11 million from 2,715 theaters. The film made $750,000 from Thursday night previews, and the budget is $45 million.
Okay, that's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
So you're looking at about, let's say I haven't seen a ton of marketing. Let's say modest, 75 million. So you're looking at 120 million total price tag. Things got to make 250 to break even.
Yeah, maybe like I haven't seen a lot of marketing either, so I don't know. Maybe lower.
Yeah, I think lower.
Yeah.
Well, because
usually these kinds of movies don't make that much money.
Well, because if this thing went dollar for dollar, and you're looking at 45, you're not going to get anything nowadays for anything less than 50 mil. It's just not going to happen because there's just with what it costs to do airtime and the whatnot. So it's got to be at least I'm going to say on the low end, like I said, about 755. That's just a guess.
I mean, it's a horror movie. Horror movies, they usually don't generally cost a lot. They usually have some decent legs and stuff like that. So it might
return.
It might do decent. It is a Universal movie. I haven't seen it. The ladies obviously have a little bit of an issue with the lore. I do understand that, especially if you're going from the original telling where nobody survives, then of course, if somebody survives, that's kind of
that wasn't even like the worst part of it. He survives, and they kind of lead you to believe at the end that he's going to be Van Helsing.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes. And they talked about
it.
They talked about it on Film Threat earlier today, and even during the movie, like when the meat of the movie gets exciting. I thought to myself, they're foreshadowing him to be Van Helsing because Lily said it in the movie. Okay, he's killed everybody without a hesitation on that ship. Why is he not killing that black man?
What's this guy's name?
Mr. Clemens
in the
or
film?
Dr. Clemens, Mr. Clemens.
Okay, but what's his name?
Mr.
What
Clemens.
is his,
like the actor?
Does he have no.
First name.
Okay. What is his first name?
I don't think they ever said his first name.
I think it's on, if you look it up on IMDb, I'm pretty sure it's there, but I don't think they ever really tell you.
I have a question.
It's just his last name real quick. Corey Hawkins as Clemens, a doctor who joins the Demeter.
Clemens. Okay, so this is where I have a lot of my issues. I'm just going to rip into it because...
Can I ask my question?
Yes, Larry?
Thank you.
Oh, hi, Larry.
Hi, Larry.
Hello. Nice to see that the black man is finally being acknowledged. Anyway, so my question is
because the women are far more attractive than you.
I was just gonna say, enjoy the equality.
Let the man speak.
Well, I hope that they're more attractive to you than me. Anyway, my question is, all the killings were going on, was it nighttime throughout the whole Like with every. That's why the black guy lived.
Oh,
You can't kill what you can't see.
yeah, and he sure wasn't smiling.
Oh, it's Larry and Zillage. You know I'm right. You cannot kill what you can't see.
You can't kill a shadow.
And since there weren't a lot of black people in that area, he probably didn't know what the hell he was and didn't want to take the chance in biting him.
Well, that's the thing. That's where I have a lot of my issues. Is like, did the people make? Whoever made this movie, did they not read the book? Clearly, they did not. Because if that was back in the day in the 1800s, if a black man like that were to go to the captain, like, hey, can I be a part of the ship? Hey, I'm a doctor. Hey, I'm this. He would, and I'm not saying this to be mean or racist. Historically, that man would have been beaten, mocked, ridiculed, anything to get away. People don't want to do anything with his color. But in this movie, he's a doctor, he's a philosopher, astrologer, an artist. He was like a army Swiss knife of skills in the film. He's like, I am this.
Yeah, not in Victorian era Europe, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Because in European, he would have been dead if he thought, like, if he went to a medical school, like, I would like to be a doctor. He would literally probably be shot dead.
Yeah, and then the one white guy in the movie that did bring up his skin color was the first one to be killed.
Yeah,
of course he was.
Wow, that sounds a little. The messaging is a little on the nose. To what you're saying.
It is. And then there's also a woman on the ship as well. She has her own.
One woman on the ship.
She has her own like Rey. She has her own Rey Skywalker moment because she's telling us throughout the whole movie that she's from this little village. She's poor.
That is not her.
They offered her up to Dracula so that he would leave their village alone, right? In the middle of the whole thing, somehow she knows how to sail the entire ship.
I know. Just like, okay, now she knows how to navigate a ship.
And then she's the only one that grabs the like super huge guns, and she's the only one that comes up with plans to capture Dracula. Between these two characters, me and Nomi were like so done.
Yeah, like it was so annoying, and it's like, okay, how the men are trying to like plan, like, how should we do it? There's the spirit, it's a demon, like we should throw her overboard. Like, okay, clearly this woman who does, like, the doctor is vouching, like, yeah, don't throw her overboard. She's living. I'll take, like, everybody said, like, it's a woman on the ship. She's a bad omen. Don't keep her on here. Throw her overboard. But the doctor, Mr. Clemens, like, we need to keep her. She had all the answers how to get rid of this demon, and they only talked to her at the end of the film where they're being attacked. I was like, wow, like.
Yeah, and she never spoke up. She's like, I have this connection to him. I know what he's thinking. I know what he's doing. And I'm like, really? That could have come in handy when, like, 5 dead bodies ago.
I know. He can feel me, and he knows what I'm thinking.
So
it's
much.
like, yeah, I hate the fact, like, where she said, like, he can feel me.
I'm just waiting.
I'm going to love this. I'm going to absolutely love this. I'm just going to.
It kind of sounds like what happened with Twisted Metal. I just finished watching that, and there's like one episode in the middle of the show that's like completely woke, and everything else is wrong. And what's up, JT?
Hello.
Whoa, when did JT get here?
Looking a little bit like Dermy there.
Oh, when we're like,
oh my God! Don't put that evil on JT. Don't put that evil.
Hey, you look good with like a mustache, JT.
Yeah, there's no creepy vibes at all.
None at all. None.
Not at all. Anybody have any ferns I can have behind?
Hey, Nadia.
Hey, Nadia.
I know, Nadia,
Hello,
you're not going to
Nadia.
like the fact that we're talking trash about this movie. You're going to see it. But yeah, we have a lot of issues.
You just saved me $20 in a movie. So thank you.
You just saved me a whole bottle of sleeping pills.
God, that mustache was hot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
I
really
tried to
bad.
save Nomi from it 2 weeks ago. She didn't listen.
And then Nomi, remember, like in the middle of it too, where they're trying to figure out where he sleeps, like all his crates.
Yes.
There's one crate that has this big old gigantic iron seal on it. Yeah, the
Yes.
dragon.
They're like
And they're
popping
like,
every crate.
yeah. They're like, I wonder which one he's in. And I'm like, gee, I don't know.
I'm good. Okay,
I'm with
I'm good.
Moby on this.
I'm going into this now as a comedy. I'm going to be laughing my ass off.
That's so retarded.
Maybe
That's what, yeah.
maybe 2 beers.
That's what we were doing. Like by the end of it, we were just laughing. There was nothing else to do.
Well,
Taking
here's another
shots.
thing where I had another issue is that Mr. Garen, he was the first to be under Dracula's spell. They found him in the crow's nest. They're like, oh no, the blood's falling down from the sky. It's Mr. Garen. One issue that I had in the beginning of that, it's pouring rain. And when they got him, suddenly the rain disappeared. It's like, okay. It was just storming like hell. And Nux, it's like dry as heck. So they're taking
did they have Asian cook on the boat?
They did.
Yeah, they did.
Wait. So there's an Asian cook on the boat. There's a African American doctor, and then you have He-Man woman. And
Yes.
That's your. Does the Asian cook make it?
No.
I was hoping, I was hoping he would bring dumplings to the new world.
No, and you know why? Because it's like
great on this
they
boat.
also went super in on the religious thing. Like the cook was super religious.
Wait, is the religion Islam?
No.
I mean, going for crazy ass lunatic diversity. Why the hell not?
Actually, that's an interesting point. That wouldn't be at that point in time coming over from like Romania or wherever that's coming from. There could have been a Muslim on the ship. It would have.
Romania's got a bad history with Muslims due to their involvement with the Ottomans and the Turks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
that would not have been the case. They were Catholic.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, the last religion you would expect would be Muslim. So definitely have to have that diversity in there. Then
He could have been Buddhist.
Yeah, no, they went in on the religion thing too. Like the cook was the most religious of all of them, and of course he didn't make it. And yeah, it was just a lot of stuff that.
Yeah, when they first introduced him, the cook, where he's like, "I'll serve you as long as if you don't use the Lord's name in vain or cuss and stuff like that." Like I respected that. It's like, okay, like he's a man of like faith, cool. Because they did at the time, they didn't really stab into it. But at the end, they really did. It's like, okay, yes, use the Christian cook where he's like, because we have a woman on here. She's a harlot. Throw her out. We have a racist on here. We have a black man. He's like pointing everyone's flaws out. It's like, cool. Let the Christian man do that. Let him be the one who's racist out of all of them.
You notice it's like a stereotype in media in general. You always have the Asian Christian, like even like West Wing did that for a couple of episodes. So it's like, okay, you can't, I don't know. It just seems so weird. From what you're saying, everything about this seems like they should have just made it modern. They should have just made a modern thing of a pleasure yacht going, and it probably would have been better.
Yeah.
That's what I said, Tom. I said that they should have made a movie, like just an original movie about a boat trip with a monster on board, and it would have been fine.
Yes.
It would have made more sense.
Yeah, but no ridiculous diversity then. What you talking about?
There is diversity in their cat, and they made a very bad mistake in doing so.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
But like, I see your point of view. Like the diversity, everything is just like, yeah, but you're using an Asian man to be a Christian.
I totally agree. I think none of it makes any sense at all.
R2 wish to speak.
What the hell are you guys talking about? Is this Titanic?
No.
We're talking about the last voyage of the Demeter.
Who's Demeter?
Well, Demeter was the god of the harvest in ancient Greek mythology.
The mother of Persephone.
Where do you go, Demeter?
Why is he on a boat?
Because he was trying to get his timeshare in England and why
would anybody waste money on a timeshare in England? I'm so confused.
because he was leaving Transylvania to
They
England.
put beans on toast in that country. They're weird.
That still would have been a better movie.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, he's not there for the beans and toast, so I guess he's okay.
Yeah.
There are like 8,000 better Dracula stories you can go watch. Go watch one of them this weekend.
Lily and I talked about that at the end of the film. Like, England has their own, Mexico has their own blood-sucking creature. Why can't, like, African Americans make their own version of a blood-sucking creature?
They have blood-sucking creatures.
Yeah, well, that's what I was telling you too. That's what I was telling you too, because I don't know if you guys ever saw that TV show Grimm.
Yes.
Yeah.
They talked about several different kinds of like creatures that's lore to different parts of the world. Why can't we start getting those stories? Like there's really cool ones from like the Philippines that sound like they're super scary and they're vampires. I don't understand why they keep like digging up poor Dracula and just messing up his story with every single movie they make.
Because Universal wants to keep the rights. So they want to keep making the movies to keep making the rights.
Mm-hmm. Well,
because
like,
they own those versions of those classic monsters, like Frankenstein, Wolfman, Invisible Man. That's why every couple of years, they're like, here's a brand new werewolf, here's a brand new mummy, here's a brand new this, because they need to keep the IP.
What they were trying to do is to create a monster verse. That was part of their plan with that Tom Cruise horrible
and the Luke Evans Dracula film. I actually like the Luke Evans Dracula film. I don't think that was.
I didn't mind it.
That one was pretty good. I liked it.
The Mummy one with Tom Cruise different, but I think they could have kind of pivoted with the Dracula thing and kept going.
I don't think they should have started with the Mummy. They should have started with something else.
I mean, they started with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with Russell Crowe and not introduced him in the Mummy.
I think they tried to make the Mummy movie with Tom Cruise too serious. It just doesn't work.
Well, you don't want it to be copying Brendan Fraser's either, though, because that.
No, you don't. But I don't think they should have touched it anyway, because I mean, you know, the Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser was only 18 years old. That's not that old, considering the one before it was like what, back in the 60s?
Yeah, it's not a remake
30s.
though.
Jesus, okay. Yeah,
so, and the 1930s one was it wasn't funny. It was a straight up horror movie.
It was scary. That was a really scary film for the time.
Boris Karloff.
No.
No makeup. They just moved his face like with like wire. Like it was
what?
Yeah, that movie's wild.
The Mummy movie with Tom Cruise was made by Alex Kurtzman.
That explains a lot.
No,
I forgot he
fucking
had
way.
his fingerprints
Is that
all
why
over
Tom Cruise broke out in the song midway through?
There weren't any giant spiders though. I tried to watch that whole singing thing for Star Trek, whatever the heck. And as soon as you have auto-tuning Klingons, you lost me.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
You know what comes next? Auto-tuned Wookiees.
No.
First of all, we've already had rapping and twerking Wookiees before. Disney's already that was before Disney owned. Oh, come on, you guys do not remember Star Wars weekends?
Yep.
Give me 1 second. This is, I think.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh no!
I'm gonna have to find the tab to share this because this was. So Star Wars weekends was before Disney bought Lucasfilm, so Lucasfilm was okay with a lot of stuff. We'll just do the.
Oh, were those like dance things they used to have at the parks?
Yes, and I will say it was.
Oh, those were fun.
Very, very. I think I have it queued up to the part that I think be most appropriate for this. It's the highest amount of repeats. So I got. All right, so give props Inside the Magic. If I can share a tab quickly, I will do that. Share screen. Yes.
That's where the Boba Fett memes come from, and the dancing stormtroopers.
Yeah, and
Darth Vader.
Padme and Leia, interestingly.
Yeah.
What?
They should have kept that. It was actually fun.
If you're okay with sharing this quickly, I will leave it muted just so we don't have to.
Oh God, I'm already. Oh, nope. I'm already done. Oh hell, what the? Jesus.
Oh my
No,
god.
this is
terrible.
Outcast right now playing, and then we have Disney's concept of Star Wars.
Okay, I'm
back
okay
then.
with Princess
Oh,
Leia.
I'm fine with this so far.
Oh
This
my
I'm
god,
okay with.
guys.
Sorry.
What?
So I don't know what happened to
Is this
this
the part
show.
where you ran up and you stuck a dollar bill in her?
I'm a little
Underwear?
off put by mom and daughter dancing provocatively like that next
Right.
to each
And
other.
Okay,
isn't
that's a
Ahsoka
really
like
good point.
14 right now?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a really good point. I didn't think about that. That's gross now.
I'm just saying, like, Ahsoka's like 12 or 14 at this
Yeah.
point in time. And you have, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but then you're talking about, isn't that Padme and Princess Leia? They
Now,
weren't.
I want this all noticed. Lucasfilm wrote off on this for Disney to do this, and this is actually right before it was purchased, or at the time it was purchased, 2013. When was Lucasfilm purchased? 2012.
12.
So this is Disney's first thing they do with the characters they own.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Wow, that
Leia
male
does
gaze
it the way her mom does. Interesting.
that male gaze is high there. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. So what happened? Like they must have known what the fans wanted then. I'm just saying. Sorry, I had to share this just because of the fact of
No, thanks for sharing it, Tom. But just
little
Jawa's got back.
insight.
I just
So what's that site? So what's that site again? I'm just not.
That was on
Because
YouTube.
they would have like dance competition. So it would be like the dark side versus the light side. And then the crowd would have to cheer on who they thought put on a better performance.
Well, I don't.
Interesting.
I'm a little bit against the mother and daughter dancing together because now that I look at it that way, it's really gross.
Yeah, it's a little
Since the
milf
mother isn't
islandy.
alive at that point in time either. I mean, technically it's necrophilia somewhere or other. Chafee's just writing down, I don't know what now.
Notes. He's taking down notes of.
I'm just saying
interesting things.
Think about that. That was Disney owned Star Wars at that point in time. So who was controlling it? And they didn't mind that. So obviously, I guess a clap back from Kathleen Kennedy stuff. Wait, you had what happening? Oh, we can't have that.
Was Kathleen Kennedy already? When did she come into this whole?
2012. Once the sale of the
2012.
company occurred, she was in charge. So she okayed that and greenlit it. So did Bob Iger
Wow.
for the parks.
But then all of a sudden it wasn't okay.
So talk about finding the pinpoint of hypocrisy for that company, and
I'm
both
just-
of them in general.
I'm just saying the Force was definitely female in that performance there. I'm just saying.
Well, there was force of something.
The Schwartz will be with you.
May the Schwartz be with you. Yeah, I mean,
I just got this image of like little Yoda like raising JB's pants.
I'll just say this about I mean, the kid's spot on. It's at a children's park. So, Revenge says, can we move on? Sure, we can move on to more Disney bullshit because, you know, you guys may have remember seeing this about what 2 weeks ago, right? Let me see. Did we remember seeing this?
Yeah.
Oh, this bitch.
Yeah.
Been there 18 hours
Look at
in
that
a
forehead.
dress of an iconic Disney princess.
That's AOC.
Yeah, I for a moment thought I was like, why are you bringing AOC up?
I was gonna say, how come Disney only hires actresses with big foreheads and wide spaced eyes?
I'm going to say this: they have however many equity actors doing those things for like 12 hours a day with weird drunk dads hitting on them and kids grabbing them inappropriately, and they don't complain the same amount as this $1 million wannabe
entitled brat.
Yeah, like
up the screen.
As Ryan Cannell said earlier, I can fix her. I can fix her.
Just like he fixed Bree. Okay. No, so Az did something. So Az had the video about Miss Zegler here, and it was how to torpedo your career in 8 seconds, and he used that the 18-hour thing specifically.
Well, what's awesome is that she's about ready to torch her career more in about 1:43.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story, with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. So we didn't do that this time. Cast a guy in the movie, Andrew Burnap, great dude. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. If I'm gonna stand there 18 hours.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. I just want to say, based on that there, and something that I put in our group chat, that was a few months ago, but it just caught my eye. If I needed any more reason to love Jenna Ortega, her take on strong female characters, the way she said they are two-dimensional and they are boring. And I'm like, okay, so we've got one with her head on straight and this delusional twat. So
has her head up her ass.
The thing is also, she's talking about timeless themes. That's the thing. I mean, there's a reason why these
universal
stories
truths.
Yes. So I'd say this 1937 don't make a difference. These are still things that people find relevant to this day.
Right. And there is a reason that they are timeless. Because no matter if it was made 87 years ago, doesn't matter. The themes, the message rings true even today.
Well, the other thing is you need to have these archetypal messages, because look at like relationships now. How many weird things are going on with women and men because you've been reversing gender roles in media for the past 15 years. And you've been not showing younger people what the example to do is. Like, you're basically messing up society by saying, well, we can't have the prince saver. We can't have this happen. We can't have a traditional romance. That's part of the problem I had with what movie that came out recently that didn't have that?
Barbie?
No,
All
not
of them?
Barbie. Well, Barbie, yeah. Barbie should have had... Ken should have ended up with someone. I feel bad for Ken.
He should have ended up with me. If I'm being honest.
Okay. I will say the funniest thing, I saw someone at Hollywood Studio the other day with a Ken Nobi shirt.
Oh, that's cute. I love it.
Mermaid.
Yeah. Clue. Mermaid. The Little Mermaid. Which probably lost about $75 million. Maybe about
probably more than that.
Probably more than that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the recent numbers lately, but I know it like.
Let me look and see.
Last time I saw it was like 565 or something like that, or 573. Thanks for stopping by there, Lost Tales. All right, I'm going to head out. Nice to see a bunch of new and familiar faces on this stream. Have a good night, all. You
Later,
too.
Lost
Thank
Tales.
you so much.
Enjoy
Lost
Cobra
Tales.
Cast. I know it starts in 30 minutes.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yeah, it's wild to think that it's almost 10 p.m. There in the Florida.
I forgot you're relocated back to the middle of the country.
Yes, I relocated back to the middle of the
To a
country.
reasonable time zone.
Yes.
All right, I'm sorry.
Time zone.
I'm still my East Coast supremacist. Most
Yeah, I'm with him.
I have to make a shirt. No, I can't make a shirt for that. That'd be way too.
I
odd.
don't think you could probably put supremacist on there. No, you'd get in a lot of trouble. It's like-
Hey, don't
Just a
listen to
word,
him, Tom.
Ryan.
Go ahead. Don't listen to him. Just do what you want. Who gives a damn?
Yeah.
I care about PR and branding.
I would like to take. I would like to take.
I gave you. I'm excusing it, so you're safe. Don't worry about it.
Are you willing to write that on paper and sign it?
Yeah,
Okay,
why
Ryan.
not?
Tom,
Okay, Ryan.
it's not any worse than saying Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Try saying Batman's overrated. That is not a good thing.
That's
to
gonna
say.
Well, that's just because you're wrong.
Right. So I just looked at the numbers. Mermaid is now at like 563 ish. It has a total price tag of around $400 million. This thing has lost at least $140 million.
Well, you could tell that Haley Bailey does not want anything to do with it. If you ever check her Instagram, it's basically just plot material now. So she knows where she's going. She knows that her acting career was done with this movie, and she's gonna she'll be on OnlyFins soon.
That is great.
That is pretty good. I would even argue that she was never really an actress in the first place. She started out as a singer.
Well, no, she was on the Disney Channel for some stuff. She
Oh,
was
was
on
she?
Disney Channel shows, I think.
Yeah.
She was?
Yeah.
What was she? Are you sure?
Because
I thought she was discovered with her sister for like Beyonce from the internet.
Yeah, she's not Zendaya, Tom. Zendaya actually has talent.
Yeah.
And I think
she was in her first film role on Freeform in 2006 on the holiday. And a Freeform television series.
It's neat.
Yeah,
budget
she
Disney.
does. She does. Yeah, she has some Disney stuff under her belt. But no, yeah, she was definitely discovered. You know, her sister and her were discovered on YouTube at the ages of 11 and 13 with a cover of Beyonce's "Best Thing I Never Had," and that. Anyway, really, that's interesting. Okay. Okay. Hey, you know what? Let's unveil this new. Okay, so there's a new meme that's been going around on Twitter. Everybody might be wondering why my little label down there says hashtag tyranny hooker.
Oh wow, my
tyranny?
dyslexia sent me. I thought that said tranny hooker.
It was supposed to. This is my fault.
Oh my gosh.
That's a goof up that Samuel did. He meant to say tranny hooker. He said tyranny hooker.
Yeah, autocorrect on Twitter changed it from tranny to tyranny, and I didn't notice before I hit send. So it's just like it's a thing now.
Well, that's a good thing for you then. That tells you your search history is safe.
So a meme was born.
Oh gosh.
Why do you look like the thing from Mars Attacks?
Yeah.
Why is your chest all set?
Ryan looks like he's ready to smash a cell phone with a hammer and destroy a hard drive.
Ryan looks like he put too much toilet tissue on one side of his chest and not compared to the other.
Ryan looks like he wants to speak to your manager.
Ryan does look like he wants to speak to your manager, but could also start a Harley for cash.
He also looks like he tells fortune.
Oh my god.
Well,
remember how I said I thought Ryan had plastic surgery? That's why we don't see him on camera. Maybe that was a sneak preview.
Oh my god.
Work on the wig. At least work on the wig.
I mean, it does take a few weeks for the girls to heal if you get surgery.
You gotta keep the sports bra on for a while. You gotta.
Yeah, I transitioned.
Frozen peas works well as ice packs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you speaking from experience here, Nomi?
Nomi knows a lot about this.
Yeah, Nomi, you do seem to know a lot about this.
I realized I realized what I got into. I'm so sorry. I'm so dumb.
I'll save Nomi. Watch out, you're gonna lose sensitivity. I'm just gonna tell you right now, you're gonna lose sensitivity.
And Tom knows a lot about it too.
Yeah,
Keep going.
The reason why I know a lot about this is because I helped my best friend getting her. Like I took care of her.
Hold on, real quick. Shadoo's talking shit. He says, I'm hopping back to Cool Frog stream. This is making me feel weird. Yeah, this is making me feel weird. How about this?
Make you feel weird in the pants?
Oh my goodness.
Does it make you feel weird in the pants?
It's brilliant to do. Is he at work?
Bye, Shaduki.
Bye.
Makes me tingle downstairs.
I feel funny.
Little dingleberry, bye.
Oh.
See you later, kid.
You won't be missed.
The kid can't catch a break. All right. Well, speaking of Christmas coming early and not catching a break. Who's excited for November?
No, me.
Well,
for June.
Yeah,
for June.
Yeah,
That's
June.
Assuming that still happens on time.
Oh no, There was actually a thing that just came out that confirmed it will be out on November 10th.
No, not Captain Marvel. Dune.
Oh, Dune? I'm assuming Dune will still be there.
I think so, but there's always rumors they were talking about pushing it back to sometime next year at one point.
Well, I didn't hear anything like that from the
earnings call.
The report. No.
Oh, then good. I'll look forward to that.
Dune's done. I'm pretty sure Dune 2 is done. It's in the can.
Yeah, it's completely done.
In the can.
The only reason they may be worried is because they can't use any actors to promote it.
Right.
But they don't need to. Like, this movie people will go see. Just like the more the actors say will be the bad thing. So, and they didn't say anything for the first Dune, which helped out. So maybe just put out 2 trailers and say, hey, coming. And that's it.
I absolutely agree with you. Dune sells itself. Captain Marvel or the Marvels, on the other hand, you got to Cosby people to get him into the theater.
Oh no, I think this is going to be doing better because if Brie Larson and all of these people can't talk, imagine how much less problems they're going to have.
Right. Well, I mean, and this is a good thing because with the horrible thing that was secret, invasion, and Samuel decided to throw Brie under a bus, talking about the Trump election, how it broke her, because Brie, I think, has a new team around her, because she's not been making controversial statements. She has not been running her mouth. So this is actually a good thing for Brie, because she was going to get asked that question a lot. Guarantee it.
I think. Go ahead, Sam. Sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, she hasn't been running her mouth probably because she wised up. She just got her ass kicked up and down the internet for 4 years over opening her mouth the last time. So, the smart play here is to not do that. And I don't think Brie Larson's a stupid woman.
No.
Question: have we heard anything from any of the Marvel actors recently for any of the projects?
No.
So do we think that Marvel might actually have a different PR team running it now?
No.
Because
it's because of the strike, they're not talking.
No, but even before the strike.
Because
Loki was coming out, Loki was in the pipeline. You had other things in the pipeline. Hiddleston hasn't said anything about it. It seems very odd that there hasn't been much chatter from.
I think that I think that may have been Iger going to Kevin. Telling him to shut his mouth, and to tell everyone else to shut their mouth too, because with the exception of Guardians of the Galaxy, which may have broken even, maybe after you figure all the back end stuff, it may come just a little under. There has not been one Marvel film to turn a profit post Endgame. Not one.
No. The only thing that has actually been received well is the Groot and the holiday special, and even the new Groot season has been received well in terms of the advertisement. Anything with the Guardians has played well, even with merch sales in the park. I think they sold out of those Cosmo dogs that were in there the first couple of days, and they sold out the Loki shoulder thing. So Loki merch was selling too. So in terms of that side,
and the other thing they did that was reasonably decent was the Werewolf by Night special.
That was really good. I liked that a lot.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it.
Shut the fuck up, JT. And to be honest, if I wanted to find a gay club in Colorado, it wouldn't be that hard. It's kind of turned into little California.
Just go swing a dead cat and you'll hit 6 of them.
I know 2 good gay clubs in Denver. If you want, Ryan, they're pretty fun.
I have no desire to go to Denver. I drove through Denver coming here, and it is 10 times worse than I remember.
Yes, it is hell.
And I lived there 11 years ago.
Well, Larry, when they legalized weed about 12 years ago, it's not good. But yeah, when they legalized weed, everything fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm just gonna say this. Anyone notice that entertainment started to tank a little bit when pot became legalized. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
That's
just
a pretty
saying,
good point, isn't it?
They correlated really well, and also a lot of people started doing dumb weird shit. I'm just saying.
You know what?
those two things
Yeah,
at
they
the
should
same
go back to
time.
the 80s when cocaine ruled Hollywood, because man, those were fun movies.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Maybe don't.
I'm just saying that. I mean, weed is legal in my state too, and there's nothing. People aren't doing anything more stupid than they already previously did. So
People do a lot of stupid shit in Nevada and always have, though.
Yeah, that's
I'm
a good
just
point.
saying, I'm just saying, if you have a writer's room and they're all altered, and no one's there saying, this is a bad idea, maybe that's part of the problem. Like, there's not the one sober designated writer in the room where they're all like, "Hey, let's make Furry's cat let's make Marvel's cat scratch Fury's eye out, and that's why it's happened." Like,
hey man, what if the cat gets his eye, man?
That, dude. It's probably because these fuckers are all Xanaxed out off their fucking ass because they have freaking depression and anxiety all the time.
And they're 12
or they
fucking
think
years
they
old.
do.
So
Well, no. Well, maybe it's because this younger generation is so drugged up at this point that they probably
we need more cocaine in the writer's room. Just a big mountain of it.
I support this message.
I mean, come on, they're probably already on Adderall or something. It's like
and that works just as well. I'm just saying. Not that I have any experience in that at all whatsoever.
None whatsoever. So no idea what he's
No,
talking
I
about.
have. I still have some left over, and honestly, it's calmed me down. It calmed me down. I haven't
What,
taken
cocaine?
it in years. Adderall.
Because cocaine doesn't work that way.
No.
Can we get a spoof cocaine writer's room? That would be
yeah, the 80s.
I would watch a movie called Cocaine Writer's Room.
What if they did Cocaine Ms. Marvel? Would you watch that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I would.
What if they called it Meth Marvel? So she had like meth mouth.
Fine with it.
That would be fun too.
She's looking all hot and skinny, and she opens her mouth, and her teeth are all black and missing.
Oh, dude, did you guys hear that they're coming out with a movie called Crack-Coon?
Yes. Yes, and I can't fucking wait.
Wow.
So Sam,
what title is that in the South? I'm just curious because
it's about a raccoon that's on crack.
So
I know, but I'm just saying
and then there's a film called
a different thing down here.
And then there's a film called Slaughterhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh God.
There's one about bats and MDMA too.
Nice. All right.
I think
There we
we've
go.
finally got to the point where they've gotten past the pot and have gone on to the shrooms and started writing. So we're good. Maybe we're getting back to the 80s. We're just getting there a long way.
There you go.
That's Rocket.
Slaughterhouse.
Opium Orca. Oh my God.
Oh man, that's gonna be one lazy ass orca.
Oh. Might drown. Wow.
I just want a scary movie with a hippo.
No,
we're getting
Shadow.
all these. I want
I thought you were leaving, Shadow.
So wait,
Hungry Hippos movie.
Lizzo in it?
No, a Hungry Hippos.
Hey.
A real version of Hungry Hippos. That would be scary. Can you imagine a hippo in a zoo coming out?
Because hippos are gnarly.
I'm
hippos
just
are
saying,
scary.
seeing this huge thing run 50 miles per hour at you and lift the whole thing up and smash it mass person in half. Talk about a scary movie.
Didn't you ever see Congo?
Yeah.
Congo's a good
But
movie.
I'm just saying, talk about flipping people's expectations. It's like have it titled Hungry Hippos and put the little, head rolling into the hippo's mouth on the cover. There we go.
Well, I mean, hippos are one of the most killingest of animals on dry land.
They are.
So,
Yes.
I don't know how
Hippos are
far
no
flipped
joke.
those expectations would be. They're murderous.
They're pretty
Hippos kill
scary.
more people a year than lions in Africa.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's what we need. The Pablo Escobar, his hippos escape because they're all, and they become hungry. They become hungry, and there's your hungry.
See, Hollywood. If you want some stories, I will be a scab. That's fine. Just pay
Same.
me. Just pay me the same deal. I'm okay with it.
Well, you can't be a scat because you're not a member of the union. So
Okay, well I'll be a freelance. Fine.
Oh, R2, why? Why do you set yourself up for this?
I was requested that by somebody.
God, JT, what are you doing to R2? First of all, like
I got hepatitis
I don't think
after
R2.
I watched that.
Oh God,
my.
I've seen this. I saw
Whatever
this.
podcast. Oh,
Cat, just look away because like this is not.
that's a lot.
You will be annoyed.
Maybe that's the.
Wait, look at her phone. She has a photo of herself on as her phone cover.
Is that what
I
is she
have a
doing with
picture
her
of
face?
Ryan on my refrigerator.
I don't.
Yes, Shadow.
That's oh my God.
Yeah, Shadow, get out of
What?
here.
Cover your eyes.
So my chat, this is going to go to premium members after this because right now we have gone way off of my content.
I was being nice for your channel, Tom.
Oh my God. Oh my God, dude! I forgot we're on your channel.
It's okay.
You know,
we're going. This is going to members only.
What
afterwards.
attraction is that, Rogue?
How much is that? Is that that was definitely an ticket ride.
How tall do you have to be to ride that ride?
Honestly, I've seen people in that type of outfit in the parks.
I've seen them in my bar. What are you talking about?
I've seen them in Walmart, but they're usually about 8 feet wide.
I put them in my bed.
God.
Ella Ray. I am the Ahego Queen.
What is the? How's it pronounced?
Ahego. The cum face, basically.
Lord have mercy.
You
Okay.
Oh no, not the oh God.
That girl's hot.
I'll take two.
Oh God.
She gonna boil your bunny, dude.
For the sake of Tom's channel, I'm gonna leave it there. We're not going further.
Yeah, it gets much worse.
Yeah, it gets a lot worse.
I'll
Thank you, JT.
Thank you.
Thank you, JT.
I'm not gonna thank him. That was mean.
Wesley,
I don't even know. I'm at a loss.
Wesley, I'm not
Don't
putting the
thank
eggplant
him.
on the
That was
screen,
mean.
Wesley.
For the record, the whatever podcast is garbage TV. Jerry Springer himself had more class. Just saying.
Yeah.
Well, at least
Modern
Jerry
Jerry
Springer
Springer.
Jerry Springer was about at least finding and giving like justice sometimes. Like, you know, you're not the father or you are the father. Like there was at least some type of
That's Maury.
That's Maury.
Same difference.
Oh, Maury was awesome though too, man.
Yeah.
Like I loved when they did you are the father, you're not the father. Because when it was you are not the father.
You remember that one lady that they tested like 27 men throughout a period of like 5 years, and they never did find the father of her kid.
Oh my God.
So here's the thing: if you've ever watched the Whatever podcast, it's basically like 8 hours long or something like that, and
Yeah,
they
it's
break
like 5, 6
these
hours
women
long.
down to make the quotes. Like it's basically constant beratement by the guy until they get their 30-second clip that they can do and get 1 million views off of because they finally broke to the point where they could say what they wanted to say. It's low tier beyond Jerry Springer. Like you're right.
Yeah,
Jerry Springer had more.
Yeah, it's low tier content. I mean, obviously they had Brittany Venti and Anna, that Star Wars girl, on.
They did that for views. They did that for
Well, no,
click.
but
They
you
didn't-
notice
yeah.
Brittany and Anna were in their most conservative outfits they've ever worn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
You.
Yeah,
I
they
was
were
just- I'm
having
just
like none of it too.
Well, no, they went on to purposely be opposite of some of the content they normally do themselves.
Right.
Like, it was like, oh, we're gonna go on, but we're gonna be not what you expect. I'm like, all right, Anna, this is the first time I've seen you without a shirt, without a top that shows like ever.
Shit.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, he got real pissy though because they wouldn't say their age too.
Yeah.
oh, that seems dumb. I'm gonna say that right now. Like,
But just he got like really pissy about that fact.
Well, because he's looking for that gotcha moment, and they even said too, they're like, oh yeah, well, he knew that he knows about doxing and stuff like that, and they're like, but it's all for show. It's a shtick, and that's why I don't like. That's why it kind of bothers me sometimes.
Well, that's the other part of
The
the
age
reason
wouldn't
that this
dock
is.
much.
That's the other part of the reason, though, that this is ridiculous, is because these women that come on there, I mean, they're paid to play up
Yeah, and
the
their
characters and
accounts are
stuff.
gonna
This
get
is
more
not these are not
followers.
real people. They're real people off camera.
This is all for show.
It's the same with Pearl. That's like opposite sides of the same coin.
God, if I never heard that woman's name again, I would die a happy man.
That's Samuel's
Pearl.
favorite person.
Shut the fuck up, Ryan.
She
Pearl.
grifted so well. She got onto big time TV quicker than the whatever podcast people.
I don't have a problem with her grift, man. I'm a capitalist. I have a problem with having to look at it.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean that
And
redhead who
then-
has the body of an 80-year-old woman?
Then you can go look at Lizzo.
No, there are other options. There are better looking women, far better looking women on this panel.
Oh, thanks, Sam.
Leaps and bounds.
True story.
Clue even says, "Don't talk about Pearl."
That's his favorite though.
The thing, I think her whole family's wealthy. Like she didn't even need to do this.
Yeah. She just talked about her dad bought her a street and named it after her in a neighborhood that he owns.
Yeah, I was gonna say her dad bought the neighborhood.
Like why? Don't take advice from someone who never actually had to do anything in their life.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like
I never knew you could be neighborhood rich.
Right.
I'll tell. Yeah, I didn't know that either. I had no
That's a
idea.
new one.
Let's
That's
be
a new
honest,
one.
though.
I'll take it.
Like,
The
you
house,
can go.
no,
You
the
can go
street.
and adopt a highway, but you have to pay for cleaning it afterwards. Like I don't think I want to do that.
That's
They're rich enough to pay people for that.
That's just next level insane. It's like, oh no, I'm gonna buy the whole neighborhood. It's like, it's like, wait, what? Like, what are you talking about?
It's like Batman rich. Oh, I
That's
bought
To
the
say,
bank.
if you're that
Yeah.
rich, it sounds like the trash must pay you to be there.
In this case, that's hard to argue.
Well, also, like let's be honest, it could have been like Detroit or somewhere like that. It could have been a very good value. Oh, where'd you buy the street? Oh, I'm just saying. Sorry,
Next time
random
I'm from
comment.
Detroit. I see how it is.
Nah.
Martha.
Martha. Well, we are approaching 2 hours, guys. So you guys want to wrap this up?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
All
I got
right.
another
Let's-
podcast to get to with like two of these people here in like an hour and a half, and I've got a bit of a walk ahead of me beforehand. So yeah.
Yep. So let's go with Mr. Samuel the Infamous first, so he can log off. Go ahead, buddy.
Hi, folks. I'm Samuel the Infamous, and I am extremely tired of H. Pearl Davis. You can find me on the channel Samuel the Infamous. I also occasionally, when I can make it, will pop up on this show right here. We're doing another show over on my channel here in a little bit with Nomi Without You and Laurence Knight called Abyssal Musings tomorrow. You can find us on there for Screaming Into the Void with a fair number of the people that you see here, actually.
Yes.
And then on Sunday, we have Star Trek Engage, where Ryan, myself, Horny Alf, Adam the Red Shirt, Kat the Hijabi Gamer, and Devil Made Me Do It will discuss Star Trek, and we're getting into the OT stuff here. So it'll be good times. You can also find myself and on Lioness Exiled. If you're into politics, we do a political channel over there. I help produce it, and I'm one of the moderators. That said, I'm here and there and everywhere. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you are. Homo.
See you later.
Listen to my hetero life partner over here calling me a homo.
I know. We're hetero life partners. It's okay.
Oh, no.
And speaking of my only black friend, Laurence Knight.
Hey, folks. So my name is Laurence Knight, and as Samuel the Infamous said, you guys can catch me in about an hour and a half on our show, Abyssal Musings, along with Nomi Without You. Also, you can catch me occasionally on Screaming Into the Void whenever I can make it, and I also moderate Amir the Exiled Lioness's channel later on that night.
Outstanding. And of course, the lovely Lily 300 Mirrors, who sat through the voyage, the last voyage of the Demeter. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because Clue said, "What the fuck, right?" I know, dude. I'm just talking shit. Clue's a black guy. If anybody wants to know, he's a good guy. So sorry, Lily. Go ahead. You're on Twitter, pissing people off, right?
Yes, X. We're on X now.
I'm not calling it that till it divorces me.
And I don't
And
take X.
then I'm with you guys on Mondays talking Game of Thrones still. And then, of course, next Friday with you guys again. Yay!
Yay! Thank you for coming by. And of course, thank you for stopping by, Mr. Tom, the Rogue Attraction, who, wow, his channel got a workout today. I'll tell you what.
Members, I'm sorry when that goes to you guys. As for I'm going to be on after the Weekend Harder or the harder
Weekend Harder.
Weekend Harder. Okay, Weekend Harder. This Saturday at 10 something. What's the time frame? I don't know. It's
yeah,
late
something
for
like
me.
that. 10 something. I don't know. JT handles all that.
I don't know either. You just asked me and I said okay. Besides that, I might be at a theme park some point this weekend. I don't know. It's hot. It's 100 and I got just sent the text. Someone said their car was 122 degrees when they got into it. This is like terrible. Pray for us. No, just kidding. We're not as bad as Maui right now. Too soon? Sorry.
No, stop.
No, not too soon.
Besides that, it was nice being in here. I'll try to make it for some of these Fridays. This was fun, odd, scary, confusing, and a little bit disturbing. But it was always fun. And Zort, any last words? He wants the dancing Leia back.
So you get a problem with the girl doing the face thing, but you don't have a problem with Leia and Padme dancing on stage. Mm-hmm.
Yes, because they're not OnlyFans content. Yeah.
Wait! A mom and daughter dancing like that is the official Florida dance. What are you talking about?
No, sorry. Florida is not the South. Technically, the South stops at Georgia. We are New York South. Like we're just Northerners in the South. There's a difference. You know, the hillbilly stuff kind of stays up a little bit.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Appreciate you stopping by. And what's up there, Wookie Be Bad? You were catching us on the back end, but you trust me, you might want to rewatch this from the beginning because it was a clown show. Nomi, where are you going after this?
I may not be able to make it with Samuel and Larry, but we'll have to see because my tummy still hurts. But if I feel better, I will be on Abyssal Musings with Samiel the Infamous and Larry Knight in an hour and a half. And I'm usually on Abyssal Musings. No, I am on Abyssal Musings. I'm usually on Screaming Into the Void on Saturdays, but I won't be there next time, which is tomorrow. And you can follow me on X at Nomi Without You.
Everybody's information is in the description. I don't know what kind of soup salad she just fucking said out of that mouth.
Can we start calling retweets X gonna give it to you? I'm just gonna say
give it to you.
I think I'm secretly saying that every time I retweet now, like X gonna give it to you.
Kat, the Hijabi Gamer, where are you gonna be tomorrow?
I'm going to be live streaming, and then I'm on a stream tomorrow with you and Nerdy Neo, right?
Yes.
Yes, I'm talking video games. And then Screaming Into the Void with Samiel the Infamous. And then Sunday, I'll probably be live streaming video games until Engaged, where we'll talk about Star Trek. And then I will try to live stream next week. This week I was busy decluttering and organizing and stuff. So next week I should be good to finally try my 3D printer and stuff.
Outstanding. Yeah. We're going to be talking about video games tomorrow, which is going to be awesome. So definitely check out. He is Broba Fett, also known as Nerdy Neo. Unfortunately, just got word about 20 minutes ago, Mark the Cyborg can't make it. He's got some previous engagements, but we will still be talking about a lot about video games.
Mark's a good dude.
He is a good dude, but yeah. Fortunately, he can't make it tomorrow, but you'll see him hopefully again in 2 weeks when we do it. So, Mr. Artur.
I don't know what I do.
What do you got going on?
Someone has a guilty conscience.
Tom's going to be on our channel tomorrow night over on Weekend Harder, where we weekend harder. And, you know, we kind of get R-rated over on our channel. That's where you can say dick and fart jokes and get away with it.
Yeah. What about weird faces from OnlyFans girls?
Yeah, we might make Tom watch that tomorrow. JT's really, you know, excited about that.
So on the Weekend Harder show, is there an ASMR segment?
No, I don't allow that.
If anybody needs to know, R2 loves ASMR. We used to play it for him on his channel.
No.
And then he stopped.
I will become disgusted R2 if that happens. So no.
And then he stopped showing up, and I couldn't figure out why.
Still a top trending search for my YouTube channel is ASMR, and I don't understand why at all.
Stop!
If you bring Twitch up, I'm leaving right now.
I'm not bringing Twitch up. I'm not bringing it up, I promise. Lastly, certainly not least, is going to be JV's going to take us out. Obviously, you know where I'm going to be over the weekend because literally everybody else on the panel has already included me on where I'm going to be. So take it away, JV.
So I just dropped a video this morning, my review of the series The Warrior, which is an amazing series that everyone should be checking out. I might be over on streaming Into the Void on Saturday. Who knows? Don't know. I will be back on Monday with last week's news now. And chat, you're great. Panel, great. Everyone subscribe to everyone subscribe to channels down below. Ryan has just added about the 500 mark. He's inching his way there. Let's get him there. And yeah, everyone have a great weekend. It is his channel. No one gives two shits about him. So I get to say goodbye and toodles.
Maybe I am insane. Too hot to handle and too cold to hold. See this? Right there in the mouth! Macho Man Randy Savage of the Ultimate Warrior and the forces of Hulkamania that I have seen great strides before. Together at SummerSlam. What you gonna do when Hulkamania and the Ultimate Warrior?
How about getting your foot off my shoulder? Well, there you have it. I still haven't found.
Here's the next champion. Don't worry, I'm a fan of white. Because comparatively speaking to the Macho Man Randy Savage, you are nothing but garbage. Nothing but garbage, Guyana. Yeah. Oh, yeah!